Good morning, YouTube. I decided to get up this morning and do a little maintenance on my Nissan Titan. The transfer case oil's needing changed, and I need to change the oil out of the front end. So I'm fixing to run to the auto parts store and get my lube and a fluid pump, because the last fluid pump I had, the hose deteriorated. So I'm gonna replace that and get that fluid changed out so it'll be good for our next adventure. So I'll see you in a little bit. Well, I made it back from O'Reilly's, and I went ahead and picked me up a Power Torque 10mm for my transfer case plugs. Last time I used an Allen wrench, and I tell you what, that plug was in there tight, so it was pretty difficult getting out. I can put a jack handle over my ratchet here if I need a little more torque to get it loose. I picked up a fluid pump, and for the transfer case I use the Max Life Full Synthetic. It's Dex 3 compatible Matic J. Used this in the transmission last time I changed it, and it's been working fine. And for the front axle, I put an ADW90 back in it. And I checked this at the auto parts store, and they said it would work, so that's what I'm going to put in there. I've got me a piece of cardboard now, and let's grab this wrench. Let's see how hard this plug is going to be to get out. Okay, I've got my drain pan here. Climb under here. This. You see, it's a little bit wet. I knew that it was starting to leak. I'm gonna have to see, it's even wet up on the above the mufflers or Cadillac converters. But it's not real bad. I think I'm gonna change it, and then I'm gonna run it for a while. And then I'm going to go ahead and order seals and change those seals out and see if that fixes the leak there. And I had read online something about putting some JB Weld up in that flange because it's a pressed seal up inside this, and it can leak around it. So I'll probably do that while I've got it out. But let's see if I can get this plug out. I'll just kind of lay this here. I don't know if it's going to pick anything up or not. I said that top picks up like it didn't want to go in the thing all the way, so I'm just going to tap it in a little bit. That feels pretty good. Put my ratchet up there. See if I can get enough room to get my jack handle over it. I'm gonna keep some pressure. It come out. It's got to be wallered out. Let's try to hammer it in a little more. I guess I'm gonna have to order me some new plugs. I was afraid of this because I was using the Allen wrench last time and it slipped out. I hate beating on this. Just needed to buy enough to get it off just one time. And then next time I'll put new ones in. I don't know why they get so tight. out, it broke loose. And you know, I don't put these things in tight. I don't know why they tighten up like that. I'll pull the spray pan over just in case fluid comes out. Shouldn't. What's dripping, I would think it'd be a little low if anything. Let's see if there's the plug out. I'm going to stick my finger in there just to see what the level is, if I can touch anything. And there, I could touch fluid. So it must not be too bad of a leak. Drain plugs out. I'll have to beat this plug off my wrench, so I'm going to pause the video. Now we're going to try the drain plug. It seems to go in. Oh, I was going to say it seems to go in a little better. There, it's in there. Go ahead and just put the jack handle on it. It's broke loose. You heard that thing pop loose. And we're going to screw that out. I'm going to have to move some stuff here. Okay, so there's my plugs. This was the top plug. And this is the bottom drain plug. And look at the junk that is built up on that. So I'm going to have to clean that up real good. Oh man, that's gross. And it hasn't been that long I changed that fluid. In fact, the fluid when it came out, it was dark, but it still had some pink or red color to it. But I'm going to clean those up and get them ready to go back in. Okay, I just wiped it up real good with a paper towel. I'll hit it one more time before I put it back in. And this is the paper towel. That's the gunk that I got off of it. So it's probably going to be a good thing that I'm going to run it for a little while, and then I'm going to change them seals out, and then I'll change it all out again so it get a good cleaning. So I'm fixing to reinstall my plugs. There's the drain plug, and as you can see, it's got some dirty look to it, but it's still got the red. You still see red in the fluid, so I mean, you know, it's not that dirty. I'm really shocked that there's that much crud built up on that plug. I'm going to wipe all this down, try to clean it up a little bit, and reinstall the plugs and get ready to fill it full of fluid. Okay, the bottom drain plug is reinstalled. Top one's cleaned up. You know, I wiped around on here a little bit, cleaned it up some. And while I was under here, I checked my U-joints, my drive shaft, you know, gave it some tugs and twists and made sure that everything was good and tight like it's supposed to be, so there was no looseness nowhere. All that checked out good. Now I'm going to slide out underneath the truck. I've already opened the package to my pump, and for the quart size bottles, it comes with these two different straws. One is shorter than the other. This one's for your gallon size, and this one will be for your quart size. And if you look at the lid, there's two different thread sizes there. One's for the small quarts, and then one's for your gallon size. So I'm going to install the short tube, and I'm going to grab my Max Life and go underneath there and fill up my transfer case. Okay, I know it's not the greatest video. Tight quarters in the grass. I'm sticking the hose to my filler up in here. And it only go in there just a little ways. Let's see if that's going to be good enough. I'm going to start pumping this. You can see it's fluid going in. Not pumping too fast. I was afraid it'd squirt back out because it barely went in there. I guess there's a gear or something right there it's resting against. It'll take longer to pump this fluid in there than anything. It's really not a bad job. I have actually done this with a funnel and held the quart way up in there and poured it, and it was a mess. One of these pumps just a lot better for doing this job. It takes a little while, but it's no big deal. I think I ought to start making a slushing noise once it's about empty. Speed the pumping up a little bit. In case you haven't watched my other videos, this truck is a 2006 model. Now you hear that slushing, it's just about got it all. Got 32,000 miles on it. I don't think I'm gonna get no more out of that, so I'm gonna stop the camera and swap out my bottles. Okay, when I took my pump out of the first bottle, there was a little bit of fluid left in that bottle, so I went ahead and poured what was left into this new bottle because, you know, they're not completely full. And then I put the pump in, and we're going to pump this one in. It should take it all. And you fill this until it just starts running out that top hole. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the top plug is back in. Everything's wiped down. I did get probably about 2 1/8 quarts in, thereabouts, with some left over in that one there, so transfer case is good to go. Okay, on this front differential, I've changed it before, but I don't remember if I had to drop this little skid plate or not on the front. So let's climb up underneath here. Here's the drain. I might have to change the seal on this front pinion too. Okay, the feels up behind this skid plate, so I'm gonna have to remove that. But you can see it's, my pumpkin's a little bit damp. I've seen a lot worse. So same here, I'll go ahead and change this out this time, and I'll order seals and run this fluid for a while, and when I change the seals I'll go ahead and just change it again. I'll check my axles and wiggle them, and a lot of times you jack it up, you can get a little better feel out of them. It hasn't been long. I had the wheels and stuff off of this, and I put those Bilsteins on, which I love, by the way. Just be sure when you do that job, you disconnect your sway bar links. And when you gotta hook your sway bar link back up, be sure it's not jacked up. Go ahead and let it down and then put it back on. But I'm gonna get what I need to, should be 10mm socket, I think. No, it's bigger, that's the front skid. Maybe 1/2 inch, I'll find out. But I'm gonna take that skid off and it'll be pretty easy. You just use your ratchet to remove the plugs and let it drain and you're good to go. Okay, the skid plate bolts are 12mm. So I'm gonna remove these 4 bolts, drop the pan, and then I'll start the video again. Okay, this bottom plug here, it wasn't even snug really. I mean, it just came right out. So I'm gonna finish removing it and get it draining. Okay, we're draining, and I got it all over my hand. I'm gonna let that drip a while. I made a mess on my cardboard. I'll be throwing this away after this time anyway. But I'm gonna go ahead and slide under this other side. And I took that skid plate off, and there's the fill plug, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that out. I have to get extension. We'll see. Oh, this is tighter than that other one was. Yeah, we're gonna need my little extension on that. I should have grabbed my little breaker bar ratchet instead of this regular ratchet. There it goes. Okay, the fill one is out. Both the plugs look identical. I don't know if the top one's magnetized or not. I know the bottom one is. I'm going to take them both out of here and clean them. Okay, I cleaned them up. There's a little bit of thread compound on this one. Keep it from leaking. Everything's about drained out. Wipe it down a little bit. Not milky looking at all, so no water's been up in there. I'm gonna put this bottom drain plug in. Alright, bottom drain plug is in. Now I'm gonna get my fluids. Okay, I actually used the long tube to go in this bottle. I'm fixing to get it positioned here. Slide the tube up in there. just gonna pump away. The long tube seemed to almost touch the bottom of this container, so it should pump out most all of it. I do believe I'm going to bring my power sprayer out here, and I'm going to spray underneath here real good. Clean it all up. Which for an 06 and some of the mud I've been through, I do a pretty good job keeping it all cleaned up. It's not too bad. I've seen way worse. For my CJ7, it was almost a lost cause to try to go underneath there and clean it. I've been really impressed with this truck. Power, durability, longevity. I really like it. Every time I think about going to buy me a Jeep, and I look at the price, and until this thing starts giving me major problems, I just can't see getting rid of it. And even then, I may just fix whatever's going wrong and keep on going. And it takes longer to pump these bottles dry than anything else. I gotta move my phone up so we can put it down on it. It's hot. I've already changed the fluid in the rear a little while ago. And to be honest, this front one's been neglected. I haven't kept it changed out like I should, but I'm not in four-wheel drive a whole lot. And what drained out here, it was dirty, but it wasn't that bad. Alright, we're to the bottom of this one. Try to get what I can out of it. Alright, I'm going to swap it out. Okay, it was the same deal with these bottles as the transfer case bottles. I had some left in the bottle, so I poured it into this new bottle. And now we're going to pump this bottle in there. If I'm not mistaken, it should take all of it. Remove my phone before I get the gear on. I've already had tranny fluid on it. I could use about 3 more inches of lift, and then I could get underneath here and not be cramped at all. At the height it is, my shoulders touch. Can't lay on my side. Up in front here anyway. We're just going to fill this up until it starts running out that hole. Sounds like I'm almost at the bottom of it. And we're dripping out the top. We are full. And the top plug is magnetized too. So my front differential should be happy now. ought to be good. Front differential's done. I'll clean all that up. All that's left is put the skid plate back up. Just to reverse taking it down. Let me climb out from here. I am going to get my power sprayer out and I'm going to wash underneath real good and clean everything up. But front differential, transfer case fluid are changed out fresh and ready to go. Okay guys, this is my Greenworks 2000 PSI electric pressure sprayer. You've got 3 different nozzles here. You've got a soap, a 40 degree, a 25 degree, and on the wand out here is the turbo. I'm fixing to take the turbo off and put the soap on, and I'm going to soap up underneath the truck real good. And go ahead and turn it on and get the air out of the lines. That's just the air getting out of the lines. It'll take just a minute. I got a real long water hose hooked up to it. I should have turned the water hose on first before I hooked it up to the power sprayer and got the air out of the line. You can hear the air. If I would have let the air out of the water hose first, I wouldn't have to wait this long. There we go. It's ready to use. So I'm not going to be able to film while I'm doing this, but if you can see there's a soap compartment down there. I just put some cheap Fabulous in there, and I'm going to put the soap nozzle in and soap up the bottom, and then I'll swap back out to that turbo one and power spray everything down. Okay, I've already soaked everything down. And you see that's the soap nozzle. Comes out pretty good. Everything's soaked for a little while, so I'm going to swap out to that turbo and rinse everything off and try to get some of the dirt and grease out underneath the bottom of the truck, which is not a lot, but I want it looking good. Well, I got her soaked down and then rinsed back off, and I didn't do any wiping down. This is just a quick power spray wash. The truck wasn't real dirty, but it looks a lot better now. I'll have to get out here and scrub it. It'll have some faded spots somewhere it had mud on it. But the main thing I was after was getting this bottom clean. And it's a lot cleaner now. All this is a lot cleaner. All you gotta do is climb underneath there and put the skid plate back on. And I power washed it while it was off. It's a lot cleaner now. So I'm gonna pull the truck up out of the mud and put that back on, and I'm done. video is going to be kind of thrown together. But hopefully there'll be some informative information on there. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button down there and share my videos and follow along with us. It's been pretty hot and I've been pretty busy around the house the last few months, couple months. But hopefully I'll get another camping video out in the near future. We may go explore someplace this weekend and maybe I can get that on video. But yeah, I'm happy. The truck ought to be happy. It's got new front differential fluid, new transfer case fluid. I changed the transmission fluid about a month ago, and I changed the rear end fluid about 3 months ago. So she ought to be happy.